Hi everyone! This is a highly requested video and I'm excited to finally be putting together a small space RV organization video. And this video is specifically on how we organize our homeschool materials. About 4 months ago, we were living in about 2,200 square foot house, thinking we really need more space. Our next house better be at least 3,000 square feet for our family of 7. But here we are, having settled for a trailer that is about 400 square feet, and surprisingly, it's been working out so well. We utilize the space so much better. Of course, we have to utilize all the spaces more, and to its maximum potential. In the house, of course, we had so much more space, but we were only using a portion of the house. The kitchen got used most, and then just a small sliver of our living room space was being used, and our master bedroom was being used for when we would do family time at night. We had 3 bathrooms at that time, but we could have probably gotten away with using 1 bathroom as long as we timed it right. And now we do have 1 bathroom, and yes, it's sometimes a little tricky because some of our littlest one, our 3-year-old, would need to use the restroom, so we would have to rush people out of the bathroom. But overall, it's been working out really well, and we have gotten into a routine of trying to use the restroom when we can and as soon as we need it. And the best part to me is that there's so much less cleaning to do. In case you're new here, we are a homeschooling family of 7, and we live in a Forest River Grand Lodge trailer. And I do hope to do a full tour of our RV, but in the meantime, I'll post a link down below in the description box of a video that our daughter had created of our RV when we first moved in, that she had posted on her YouTube channel. I want to try to do my best and keep this video short. With homeschooling, a lot of RV families will show you cabinets that they will use to place their homeschool materials in, or maybe a rolling cart, or even an ottoman that can open and you can put all your homeschool materials in the ottoman and utilize it for many purposes, as a footrest or even a table. But in our RV, we don't have space for like a rolling cart or an ottoman. It would just be kind of bulky and get in the way. So most of our homeschool resources actually have been fitting on a bookshelf that is behind one of our sofas. We have 3 sofas in our living room, and one of the sofas has a big bookshelf behind it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around and kind of guide you and show you how we've organized our homeschool materials. So this is the bookshelf that is behind one of our sofas in our living space. And that's where most of our homeschool resources have been going on. So we have 3 sofas in the living room. So there's one, here's another one, and then here's the last one. So unfortunately, with all 5 of our kids homeschooling, I wasn't able to contain all of our resources on just this one bookshelf, but most of them are here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a little more specifics on what's on this bookshelf. So we have our 8th graders resources on this top shelf, and then down here are our 6th graders and some of our 4th graders and also our 1st graders resources on this shelf. And then if you go down to the next shelf, we have materials that the kids might need for doing everyday school, like crayons, color pencils, markers, dry erase markers, some flashcards for our preschooler. Down here I have more materials that they can use, like scissors and more dry erase markers, pencils, pens, glue, pencil sharpener, magnifying glass, and some books that we hope to get to during the school year as a family. And some of our preschooler has some of her resources here too, like workbooks and also some simple readers. And I also have a couple other games on this shelf. And then over here, of course, as a homeschooling family, you kind of need a printer. So our printer has been fitting pretty nicely on this shelf, and it's been working out pretty well. And then on the next shelf, I have our morning time resources, like our Bible and our poetry and the U.S. government unit that we're going through at the moment, and our hymnal, and also our preschoolers binders on the shelf. And on the shelf above that, I have some math manipulatives and puzzles. And then above that, I have more books that I would like to try to get to in the school year, and also some commonly played games like Sushi Go, Spot It, and Taco versus Burrito, and some more math manipulatives. And then if you go down into the bottom, this is some of our overflow homeschool resources that may not get used all the time. Like I have some math books, textbooks, and just math workbooks. And over here we have paper, and this is a pretty easy spot for them to reach, so we just put it down here so it can be out of the way. And they can use the paper for anything, obviously, for art, for drawing, for just any of their schoolwork. And of course we have some art materials down here too, like paint and paintbrushes, and I do have some construction paper and watercolor paper down here as well. And I think I have a history, oops, way back there, I have a history resource in case we want to refer to it. And have some lap trays back here in case the kids need that. And on the side is a violin for the kids. And the other side has some more puzzles and some other books that I haven't really sorted out yet, but some of those will be part of our family subjects. So I need to go through that eventually. So stay tuned for that video. I'll be putting together a family subject video eventually. And down here, under the sofa, we even utilize that space. So that space, we've been just kind of tucking in some of our overflow Bibles and hymnals, like our children's Bible. And our fourth grader actually likes to put her materials under this sofa in the living room. So hers are underneath for her to easily get to. And for our first grader, she has been utilizing these chairs in the dining room. This is a dining room table. And she's been utilizing these chairs because the chairs have a little bit of storage space as well. So if you open them up, you can see that she has placed her handwriting book in there and a lot of other books. So her language arts, spelling, drawing, they're all right here. So that fits really nicely in these little chairs. Okay, I'm gonna go down here and show you a little more of what we use. And so this is funny because I am using a sleeve protector and just a plain blank white sheet of paper as our dry erase board. And it's been working out just fine for now. But I am thinking about getting a dry erase sticker that I can place on a window, perhaps. I'm thinking about maybe this window. I can place a dry erase sticker and try that out. And we knew that living in an RV, we would have a hard time getting a big piano in the RV. So we were happy to have bought this keyboard and it fit just perfectly right under our main TV in the living room. And because it's a keyboard, our kids have actually been playing it more because you can lower the volume as much as you want or raise the volume. And it's right here in the living room, and it's very easily accessible. So that's been working out quite well. And the TV has been really nice being right here in the living room with the 3 sofas surrounding it. And it's given us a chance to have better visuals and utilize more online resources in our school day. Okay, I'm gonna go down here and show you where we have a calendar. So when you live in an RV, you can't hammer nails in the walls. So adhesive hooks like command strips and also poster putty becomes your friends. And so we have our calendar hung here on the wall with an adhesive hook. There. And then right below that, we placed a map on the wall with poster putty. And that goes the same for our makeshift dry erase board. So I use poster putty for that as well. So usually I'm sitting right here on this sofa with the rest of our children sitting on the other 2 sofas, or sometimes right next to me. And it's a great space because I can easily access our morning time materials from the bookshelf and hand whatever I need to the kids if they need. And it's also a nice area because the TV is central. And sometimes you may not think that's a great thing because why do we want to be reminded of watching TV? But it has been a great resource for our homeschool days because we've been able to utilize more online resources as visuals or just to be able to enhance our homeschool days. And if you are trying to minimize on resources and materials, utilizing virtual resources and even YouTube is just a phenomenal way to try to minimize on all the resources. So using the TV has helped cut down some of the physical resources for our family. But a lot of our kids still really enjoy having physical resources. So another way to minimize on the bulk of resources is using consumable resources like CLE or Explode the Code. And so after the kids are done using those resources, I usually keep whatever I need to just in case I need them for records. But even with that, I may just take a picture, a snapshot of the pages that I want to keep and store and save them digitally. So I try to keep our records digital, and that's been helpful in case there is a natural disaster, and also it also saves on space. And of course, another way that has been reducing on resources is utilizing the local library more. So we're able to borrow books from the library. So to us, that has been a great way to cut down on the clutter and to save on space. So the rest of our homeschool items are in our master bedroom. So behind the door, close the door so it's easier to see. So behind our master bedroom door, we have a over the door hanging shoe organizer that helps to contain some of our extra homeschool resources like extra pencils, dry erase markers, stapler, microscope, magnifying glasses, art supplies, tape, and whatever there else we might need. All right, I basically used a towel rack to hang over the door. Because before, I tried to put this shoe organizer on some adhesive hooks, but I should have known it was a little bit heavy, quite heavy. So eventually it kind of failed on me and fell. So this has been working out with the towel rack over the door. And then the master bedroom has a TV, and so this room has been good for the kids to be able to watch video lessons such as their writing video lessons like for IEW. So I have their writing resources kind of just organized here on the side, and so that they can use the TV to watch the videos and have a more quiet space to think and write away from the rest of the distractions of the trailer, with the door closed. And also because cards and board games can be considered homeschool resources, we have organized our cards and board games in the storage space above our master bedroom queen size bed. So I have pretty much taken out board games from their original boxes and placed them in Ziploc bags. And I want to try to take some out to show you. And here's one of the games, like Catan. And they have Clue in here. There's tons of games in here actually, and they're able to be fit right in here because they're not in their boxes. And some of them I just kept in their boxes, like the Oregon Trail, because the cards pretty much filled up the whole box. And Ziploc bags have been working out just fine, but maybe one day I'll invest in mesh Ziploc pouches, but Ziploc bags work just the same. There's also tons of storage space under the master bed that if you need homeschool resources can go over here as well. Sorry, I can't really pop it open because I have a bunch of stuff in the way, but there you go. So there's tons of storage space under the bed. When you live in an RV, you have to be pretty mindful of what comes in and also what goes out. So for homeschooling, we try to, when we use consumable resources, I normally just throw them away after they get used, and occasionally keep some of the pages for record keeping. We'll have to see if we change things up next year, but this has been working out great for now. I hope this video was helpful in seeing how we organize our homeschool resources in a small space. Make sure to like this video if it was helpful or entertaining, and also dislike this video so that I know not to make any more videos like these. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bells on so you know when the next video comes out. Comment down below if you have any questions. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. But in the meantime, check out this video.